Good Thursday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone had a fantastic Wednesday yesterday. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Joseph Peterson, and let's figure out the weather for today. Looking at the radar right now, we still have tropical storm warnings up for down here inside of Beaufort, South Carolina, Edisto Beach, as well as like Bluffton, Ridgeland, South Carolina. All have the potential of receiving tropical storm force winds gusts from 35 to 50 miles per hour. The closer you are to the coast, the higher those gusts will be. And we do have some rain training along the east coast right now, or the coast off of Charleston, Folly Beach, Edisto Beach as well. And you can also see over here, we have wind advisories up for the entire, well, for most of the state of South Carolina, from the low country all the way up into the Midlands of South Carolina. We have wind advisories that are up. Now, the reason why is because, obviously, because of Milton, and gusts will gust all the way from 35 to 40 miles an hour pretty much everywhere, from Augusta to Columbia to Charleston. All these regions that are in the wind advisories have a chance for 35 to 40 mile per hour wind gust. So that's if you're in the brown, this is what you can expect. And then as we scroll our way out, because we're going to talk about the entire United States, you can see that right now, not really much going on except for Milton down there leaving us. We do have some rain up here inside of Montana and maybe down here inside Oklahoma. But other than that, that's it. That's pretty much everything that's going on right now. The east, except for, I guess, Milton, it's fine. The northeast is fine. The southwest is fine. Almost the entire west is fine. The central U.S. just has some rain showers inside Oklahoma, but other than that, that's pretty much it. And that seems to be everything that we're just watching for. So, moving on. Here is our cloud cover. Cloud cover is moving. It is moving. There is clear in Columbia, clear in the upstate of South Carolina, clear in I don't say like the northwestern or the inland low country of South Carolina on the northwestern side or the southwestern side or just the western side in general. PD region is still receiving that cloud cover, but that cloud cover is slowly moving, and it will be out of here pretty soon. So we won't have to really deal with it for much longer. And you can see right here, let's just go 3 hours in advance for 4 hours in advance, for example. Cloud covers moving out. Still some in the PD region, but the low country is pretty much done by the time you get to around 7 to 8 hours out from, or around 6 to 8 hours out from now. And then as you get into like the like evening hours, for sure, like no cloud cover pretty much at all, except for like some coastal region. And then as you get into tonight, like 8 9 o'clock p.m. tonight, cloud cover will be completely gone, and we will not have to be worrying about any sort of cloud cover as we go into tonight. Here's our current temperatures. Right now, 62 in Columbia, 64 in Moncks Corner, 62 in Charleston, 62 in Georgetown, 64 in Myrtle Beach, 57 inside of Rock Hill, 53 inside Greenville, 57 inside Anderson, 62 inside Augusta, 61 in Edgefield, 62 inside Barnwell, 64 inside Fairfax, 66 inside of Beaufort, and 64 inside of Savannah. Here's our high temperatures for today, around 73 in Columbia, 73 in Moncks Corner, 73 in Charleston, 76 inside Hilton Head Island, 72 inside Myrtle Beach, 73 inside Georgetown and Florence, as well as 72 inside Dillon, 71 inside of Chirac, 70 inside of Spartanburg, 71 in Rock Hill, Greenville, 73 in Anderson, as well as 73 in Aiken, 72 in Greenwood as well. Peak sustained winds for today, gonna be up there. It's gonna be at least 15 miles an hour for pretty much everyone and up. There are a couple of spots where it's 13, 14, but pretty much you can almost say 13, 15 ish, 15 most likely. And most of those winds will actually be going, especially near Charleston, Hilton Head Island, and Myrtle Beach, and Georgetown as well, where we could see potential winds sustained at around 20 to 30 miles per hour. So again, it's possible in terms of max sustained winds, and even in those waterways as well, not on land, but in the waterways, we could see peak sustained winds up to 45 miles per hour, but that's on like the water. So that's not on land at all. But in terms of gust, again, not only could you see winds up to 45 miles an hour on the waterways, but gusts of up to 65 on the water down there near like Hilton Head Island is indeed possible. So we're just gonna have to see what happens there. 30 somewhere in like Columbia, Sumter, Florence, Dillon. 33 in Myrtle Beach, 35 Georgetown, 36 Moncks Corner, 40 in Charleston, 43 Hilton Head Island, 35 in Walterboro, 30 Barnwell, Aiken, 25 Greenville, Spartanburg. So for sure, everyone today will at least see a 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gust today for sure. For sure. Here is our forecast precipitation. Not really much to talk about here. Like when I say like nothing's going on, like quite like nothing's going on at all except for down there near Hilton Head Island with 100, while a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch is indeed possible as we go through the next 24 hours from now until 8 a.m. on Friday. No excessive rainfall is expected, and no severe weather, and no thunderstorms are expected. So we're gonna just go on and just talk about the models real quick. We're gonna go on and turn off these wind advisories. Then we're going to go on to the HRRR. We're going to show these models off right here. And just see what the models have in terms of rain, when they think what's going to happen. And they think that some rain will continue near the coastal region until around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning-ish. And after that, we continue to push this forward. Maybe some isolated showers trying to make a little return at around 12 p.m. in like eastern Charleston County and Georgetown County. But other than that, after that, I should say, nothing else. And we'll be on the Friday after that. So just got to get through this morning into the early afternoon, and you won't have to worry about any sort of rain. As you go on, and let's talk about just the tropics in general. Here it is right here. You can see that we have Milton over here, obviously 85 mile per hour storm. Still a hurricane, causing some hurricane conditions inside of Florida right now. Eastern Florida, I should say. Eastern Florida still receiving hurricane force winds. Also, in terms of just strong tropical storm force winds going on still inside like Central Florida, and tropical storm force winds going all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, all the way down just to the north of Miami. So that's what's going on there. In terms of just key messages, there's a danger of life-threatening storm surge. Coast from east central Florida, northern to southern Georgia, where storm surge warnings remain in effect. Damaging hurricane force winds, especially in gusts, will continue for more hours in east central and northeastern Florida. Residents are urged to remain in the interior room and away from windows. Heavy rainfall across the central to northern Florida peninsula through this morning continues to bring the risk of considerable flash and urban flooding, with moderate to major river flooding as well. In terms of peak surge, we could still see some storm surge still inside South Carolina. 1 to 3 feet. 1 to 3 feet of storm surge is still possible. In like pretty much from the Georgia-South Carolina border all the way to the South Sandy River. So pretty much the entire low country of South Carolina has that threat of storm surge, and I think we already do have some coastal flood warnings in effect, especially for like Charleston County. I know for sure. We will talk about the drought monitor. Tonight, because not really too much of a big of an update. No drought, but still something we're gonna have to watch out for. So make sure that you go on and hit that subscribe button so you can be alerted. Also hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, again, share button, as well as we're trying to get to 300 subscribers by November the 5th, election day. So make sure that you go on and get that done. And I will be back tomorrow, not tomorrow, but tonight, with another forecast update.